Yeah. Yeah, that's you, yeah, that's you. I don't play them games, so I can't lose. I can't lose, I can't. Think they competition, they confused. They confused, they confused. I know love ain't fair, I know playing by the rules. I don't care, my eyes said and I want you. I don't play them games, so I can't lose. I can't lose, I can't. Think they competition, they confused. They confused, they confused. I know love ain't fair, I know playing by the rules. I don't care, my eyes said and I want you. Pretty, really, I'm repeating. Digging deep and just feeding. Chest to chest, I feel you. I make you believe. I make you believe. This affirmations while you sleep. Make believe. I can change what you see. And let me penetrate your I make you believe. I make you pretty, really, I'm repeating. This ain't make believe. Pretty, freaky, I'm repeating. I make you believe. Oh, I make you believe. The chest, I feel you. This ain't make believe. No, this ain't make believe. This affirmations while you sleep. Make believe. That's on my soul. And your beauty striking. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I can't forget the fighting. What I know. I can find a diamond mine and a heart pure gold. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. I don't play them games, so I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't. Think they competition, they confused. They confused. They confused. I know love ain't fair. I know playing by the rules. I don't care. My eyes said and I want you. I don't play them games, so I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't. Think they competition, they confused. They confused. They confused. I know love ain't fair. I know playing by the rules. I don't care. My eyes said and I want you. Pretty, really, I'm repeating. Digging deep and just feeding. Chest to chest, I feel you. I make you believe. I make you believe. This affirmations while you sleep. Make believe. I can change what you see. And let me penetrate your I make you believe. I make you pretty, I'm repeating. This ain't make believe. Pretty, freaky, I'm repeating. I make you believe. Oh, I make you believe. The chest, I feel you. This ain't make believe. No, this ain't make believe. This affirmations while you sleep. I make you believe. Freaky, I'm repeating.
Too wrong don't make no right. I put my pride aside tonight for you, for you. Too wrong don't make no right. I put my pride aside tonight for you, for you. Diamond high found this. Come through, be around this. Boom, boom, be around this. Come through, let me pound this. Diamond high found this. Come through, be around this. Boom, boom, be around this. Come through, let me pound this. And I was touched by an angel, that was God's hand. Measure the star at every angle, that was God's plan. On my bullshit, then it's robbing. The outside looking in, I'm the odd man.
Must have made an impression on your conscience. Even though it kept me as an option. Hope you don't catch me when I'm checking on your content. Open up your heart and we locked in. Baby, you could lose the key, now we locked in. And we don't need a locksmith. And you swear my type is toxic. I'm falling harder than a metamorphic rock pit.
Too wrong don't make no right. I put my pride aside tonight for you, for you. Too wrong don't make no right. I put my pride aside tonight for you, for you. Diamond high found this. Come through, be around this. Boom, boom, be around this. Come through, let me pound this. Diamond high found this. Come through, be around this. Boom, boom, be around this. Come through, let me pound this. I know you coming when you say you on your way now. Niagara Falls, I feel it coming on its way down. Soaking wet when we play round. Splash pad at a playground. Ooh, I can't swim, it's like a lake now. And I can feel it in my face now. That time hit when you face down. Diving in face first like I can't drown. Too wrong don't make no right. I put my pride aside tonight for you, for you. Ooh, too wrong don't make no right. I put my pride aside tonight for you, for you. Diamond high found this. Come through, be around this. Boom, boom, beat around this. Come through, let me pound this.
I feel the unholy spirit when it's moving through.
Dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.
They talked about Jesus, give them something to Babylon. Just know my whole team is battle tested and battle strong. One world speaking that Tower Babel tongue. Cold Hammurabi thinking ancient Babylon. No pun intended, Reaganomics had us under avalanche. We took off like a rocket, they was praying we could never launch into the upper echelon. You can never be yourself. Every day is Comic-Con, fast money Ramadan. Who collected Comic-Con? Cold check my vital signs. Motel 6 float. Woke up with the brightest mind. Out of sight, out an idle mind. They hate it when you idolize. We living in the final times. Guess you Ellen Keller blind.
Spirit when it's moving through.
Dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.
Put my soul on the altar, I never offer a sacrifice. The blood that we need for the lamb ain't never acting right. I take my path tonight, knowing that I might have to fight. I probably grab a knife and a 9. I guess I'm packing light, focus on the now, just as much as the afterlife. I recognize the spirit is only taking up half the fight. Stairway to heaven, he won't make it up half a flight. He working, making bacon bits, probably out on the Sabbath night. Shoot for the moon, hoping to hit a satellite. You can ask him why when they see me, they call on Adonai. When we both know at the most he telling you half a lie. Feel the transition begin to happen when passing time. I came back in the sky, just like an astronaut, to say you selling Africans out. See you and asking Mike, and it's sad to say they really had it bad for Christ. And I hear the Habasha thinking they are the half
Holy
is
Spirit when it's moving through.
dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.
Man, let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time I hear that song, god damn, I'll be ready to go to war. Dark side. Or to slide. Ready to slide. Shout out to everybody. Y'all know we got to give a special praise to the most beautiful goddess of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Stenia, whose image is the most beautiful, Whoopi Goldberg. Shout out to all my Babel builders in the building. Remember, if you are listening to this, together we are Babel. Let's build. So, you know, before we build anything, though, you got to tear down the old, right? We got to build. We got shit that we got to build on top of. We got shit that we got to build on top of. So we're dealing with Judah Naz. Now, yesterday the question was raised, well, who do y'all got on y'all side? What are the big names? I'm thinking like it never really hit me exactly what he was saying, and I'm like, damn, we the ones with all of the names. I don't. Y'all got all of the characters versus we got all of the names. So I'm looking, and last night at some point I passed through. Um, who did I see? Oh, I think Sonetta had a debate up. So I looked, just to tap in and see who was doing what. I don't know what he had actually. It could have been a debate, a discussion. I don't know. But I looked in the chat and I started to notice people whose team I was on. So I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Konai, I think I seen Konai Fope, or Fope, whichever one. So I guess Fope, well, I thought that was a group. Or it's either Konai is one of the people from Fope. But I'm like, nigga, that's a big time name, number one. As far as a debater, I forgot. I could have sworn I seen him beat up somebody. Uh, who else? Black Jesus Minister. That was the HOK champion. If I'm not mistaken, he was running around with the championship belt. And I'm like, damn, but who really got? And I started thinking, I said, damn, well, they got the TorahKnights and the House of Ephraim. I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck is that. Anybody know who the House of Ephraim is? Still a little lost on that one. But I guess it's TorahKnights versus the House of Ephraim. Now, and I'm thinking in my head, I said, damn. Now, if we just start thumping on them, because I don't see them getting past. Like honestly, at this point, I don't really see where the competition is supposed to be at for the dark side. I see where the entertainment is. Definitely see the entertainment, but I don't see what's good with you, GTO. I don't see the competition outside of Judah Nazareth and the goddamn Temptations. I don't know exactly who's supposed to be the comp. You know, yeah. Do they got a lot of characters? Yeah, they got characters. But we seen y'all debate. They're not really structured. They're not really. There's no real opening round. There's no real premise anybody has to stick to. There's no real rebuttal round. Rapid fires are garbage. It's just a show. No real no real technical skills. It's a lot of entertainment value, but not really the technical skills. And names was named. I don't want to name names because I don't know exactly what's all going on. So I don't want to name nobody name that shit. Cause them problems and issues moving forward. Because everybody on YouTube be in their fucking feelings. That's the sad part too. Is like the emotional shit that goes down on YouTube is a little bit ridiculous. Like grown men, grown men, grown women, just emotional as fuck. And then they project that shit onto the chat and expect you to stand on lines that they keep drawing. Right? Nah. No. I don't, no. So you gotta be careful who exactly you mention in situations like these. With some people I kind of assumed was, that might be joining us and whoop the whoop, but you mention their name, then they hear the name, then other people get all butthurt. Oh, so I ain't want to mention nobody's name, just in case somebody believe that they going to go play basketball at another park. I don't know. you niggas is trying to make sure you like, no. Dude, I'm going from a nigga on YouTube to a YouTube nigga. Why not? I'm going from a nigga on YouTube to a YouTube nigga. I want all of the smoke. All of it. Now I mentioned now one name I did mention, who I know for sure because I was in a conversation with him the day before. I know for a fact Rob wanted that smoke. I'm like, yeah. I think me and Rob gonna have to we like I don't know. We might have to even get a 2-on-2. Maybe get him and Davion or something like that. Because we both hungry for that debate. We both hungry for that debate. And it's something that got to go down. We've kind of been running from it for a minute. This ain't the first debate situation that this nigga done ducked. So now I'm done with him ducking, hiding. I want to get it structured. When he does his shuckle and jiving and all of that crazy shit, it's obvious I'm separating from him. I'm separating myself from the pack. Period. So one name I know I can mention is Rob. I don't know. From what I'm hearing, I guess I didn't. I was trying. Anybody know where I find Black Jesus Minister shit? I was looking last night. I was trying to find his channel. Couldn't find it. I typed in his name, but just other stuff was like, all of the other stuff be popping up. But when I hear he been doing content for a little while now. Again, he back doing content again. Or debates or something like that. So I gotta catch the Black Jesus Minister. Anybody end up being able to find his channel, send it to me some type of way so I can get up with him. I want to say, man, I'm assuming that JJ 7000. What's good with you, Juju? Pieces. I'm assuming, I guess JJ 7000 is supposed to be on this side of the tracks. I'm not positive. But I like the competition. And JJ, I'm trying to think if I remember. I don't really remember the brother really debating like that. I know the brother is entertaining, and he can draw a crowd definitely. So I'm interested to see what role he playing in the whole situation. Well, like I said, I ain't positive if he on this side or I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. He could be on this side. He might be on that side with the others because I don't think JJ 7000 is Fope. And I don't remember hearing his name be mentioned. So I think he might be on the other side. But I know, I think Black Jesus Minister, Dark Side, Fope, beating up the TorahKnights, and I guess the House of Ephraim. I don't know. Whoever the fuck that is. Like I've been trying to lock in on who that is exactly. And if I'm mistaken, the House of Ephraim is like they're the Puerto Rican tribe of Israel or whatever. I don't know how the TorahKnights got a Puerto Rican tribe, but they do. Because they always trying to fit their mamzerisms in there. Did you hear this nigga yesterday? Hey, what's the lady name? Moon? Yo, the lady that was on yesterday, Moon, trying to let the nigga know, like, nah, the babies is biracial. She said, I'm sorry, but those babies are biracial. That nigga said, if I plant a seed, an apple seed, a Japanese apple seed in New York, what kind of seed is it? What kind of apple tree is it? Like, nigga, you plant an apple seed. Are you comparing human beings to fucking trees, you dumbass nigga. She said, I'm sorry, Judah, but when I look at those babies, I see Asian, a lot of Asian features. That nigga like, you know the little sound effects the nigga be making. He thought he was really winning. Like, bro, come on, man. We gotta stop this. Yeah, man. Like, and it's crazy. It's like this nigga already is barely black, and then you went like, no, bro, no. Like that was the cutoff. Your chance to go back black was with you. You chose the opposite direction, which means you took your family in a whole nother trajectory, bro. Took your bloodline in a different trajectory. Yeah, yeah. Which I'm interested to have a discussion with the sis on some of her own doctrine anyway. I was trying to get somewhere with her doctrine and beat it up, but this nigga started jumping out the window talking about apple trees from Japan being planted in New York. Like, dumbass nigga. That shit ain't got nothing to do with genetically what your kid is or what the father is. No, they're not. So, no, they're not. Their culture, they are what their mother is. If anything, number one, they both parents. But number two, they are what their mother is, if anything. I mean, you think them kids act more like Judah culturally, like Judah's side of the family or her side of the family culturally, and they living in fucking Japan. Let's be real. You drop them kids off in the hood, but they ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. They be like, man, what the hell is going on? They get ran over. Hey, bro, don't like, come on, bro. You playing games. So yeah, the baby is biracial because both parents are something different. But if anything, the culture them babies then picked up. You talking about some goddamn nigga? Them babies is Japanese. They go to school, fit in with all the other kids. They speak the language. They play the same games. They talk. They wanna listen to the same music. All of that. Nigga, at this point, we've heard the music that you make. Nigga, you're goddamn Japanese. You're not even a nigga no more. Like, these niggas playing, man. It's a little bit crazy, bro. I don't know why we gotta keep doing this. So I'm trying to beat her up on her point. This nigga instantly hears what she says. He jumps clean out the window and cuts off our conversation to talk about Japanese apple seeds being planted in New York. Nigga, what? Nigga, you took your Negro seeds, left, wiped off the Negro DNA. I don't know what type of beats you made before you left the United States, but I guarantee you wasn't making them shits before you got to Japan. Come on, man. Come on, man. That nigga Rod had me dying laughing. That nigga said, she, sure. That nigga said, you can't even rap over those shit. Oh, man. Oh, shit. That nigga said, you can't even rap over those shit. Ching, 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 ching. Oh, man. Yo, what's good, Domo? Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. So it's like, come on, bro. It ain't like this nigga walking around bumping Tupac all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not the stereo. I don't want to like that sound bad. I ain't trying to stereotype niggas and shit, yo. But like, let's be real. Them babies, them babies is out of touch with black culture because this nigga ain't been in touch with black culture. I don't even know how long. Like, come on, bro. But you know what? They want to battle. They want to do a little music battle. They want this Dark Side Anthem Part 2 to come out. It is. I'm excited for it. What's good, Dom? Hey, Domo, I'm finna drop the link too. I don't know, man. Anybody know? So I'm trying to figure out, bro, what's all going on. Anybody want to jump on? That's cool. He said his favorite movie is 16. Oh my god, man! Like, bruh, man, come on, man. Can you imagine, bro? Man, them kids ain't never had no goddamn no baked macaroni and cheese. Them babies ain't never had no goddamn collard greens with neck bones in them. Them babies ain't never had no cabbages and cornbread. Them babies ain't never had no real fried chicken. Like, come on, bruh. Them babies eating sushi and shit and pho. Like, come on, bruh. We not gonna do that. You let that lady get away with murder yesterday because you trying to prove that goddamn planting Japanese apple seeds in New York equals, I don't know what the fuck that equals. I don't know how that equals your kids being black. Like, man, come on, stop that shit. They're both. They're both. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. They're both. I mean, I guess biblically there's something wrong with it. You said Asian fried chicken. No, that's Korean fried chicken. See? You putting all Asians in the same category. That's Korean fried chicken. That nigga's in Japan. They don't cook their food in Japan. They eat that shit raw. So you go to like North Korea, I mean not North Korea, but you go to like South Korea, they're cooking all their steaks well done. Everything cooked well done. You leave outside of that, the motherfuckers cooking that shit. They want the salmon medium, or they just cooking it in some I don't even know, bro. These niggas is like, come on, bro. We eating spreads over here. These niggas is eating Fope. Close to the same thing. But them babies will never know what a spread is. They gonna look at my and be like, Fope. That's Fope. That's Fope. They're like, nah, nigga, that's a spread. No, that's Fope. Nah, they Japanese. They Japanese. They're not cooking their food. Oh, man. You already know he out there starving, bro. That nigga ain't had a good nigga because he done probably been out here. He ain't had a good meal, and there ain't no telling how long. So you know them babies ain't never had one. Them babies ain't had a hot meal outside of soup and noodles. Them babies ain't never had a hot meal. All their meals is cold. Put the baby down. All of them. He sleep. I laid him down to the store. Cool. All right. All right. Hello. Get something on. Hold on. Need some shots. Get this. Get that. Get this. Yeah, man. Ain't no telling when them babies, poor babies, they ain't had no. They don't know what their grandmama food. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. No. Like, and this is what's crazy because most black people be like, well, being black is an experience. Yeah. It's an experience you have to live through. It's an experience you have to live through, man. Then this nigga keep trying to make up like this ghetto. There's this da 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 da. They call them the niggas of Japan. Like, hey, my nigga, they out there. Like, hey, bro, don't attach all that bullshit with just niggas, bro. Wait, what you doing right there? No, bro. Poor people do poor people shit. All all niggas ain't poor, and all niggas don't do poor people shit. Like you tripping, bro. This be the confusion. Let's see, bro. Got that. Like literally. Lock this down door. Pass on my soul. Angel beauty striking. Lightning ball. Y'all hurry up. Again. But so I can come back. Bump my little blunt. And call it. Where we at? Yeah, man, this nigga. Oh shit. Ain't nobody end up hitting the link, right? I didn't even pay no attention. I put my phone in my pocket. And I'm like, yo, this nigga gotta be kidding. Power to the dark side. What's good, and y'all, mate? Got the Sith Lord in the building. The Sith Lord in the building. Man, y'all hit the link, bro. This panel open. This panel open. It's for the debaters that are ready to cook. You know what I mean? Ready to start beating up this shit again, bro. We going on tour. We gotta go on tour and start beating up doctrines. It's been a while. You know what I mean? It's we got a lot of new gurus out here that ain't put in the work, half the work Dark Side they put in. And these niggas is kind of, you know, they seemingly just kind of coming up in this little, let me cut that off. They seem to be coming up in this little shit, right? What you call it on? In these YouTube streets. Uh-oh. Hold on. If I did anything with somebody, let me know. I wasn't trying to. Yeah. Talking about because they poor, these is the niggas. They call them the niggas of Japan. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, that's how you know a nigga is goddamn so disconnected from being around niggas. He don't even understand. Doing bad shit. No. What people mix up is when we show how we make the best of what we got. And how we, you know what I'm saying? How we can have fun with damn near nothing. And they confuse that as like, oh, and then they don't see that part. What they only see is, oh, when motherfuckers is in tough situations and they do certain crimes and this and that, da 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 da, they think that, you know, crime equals niggas. No, it don't, white man. Like, what the fuck kind of Fox News shit you on? Crime do not equal niggas at all. Us embracing the streets, us embracing the community in the hood, it's not about nigga the fucking crime. We ain't embracing the crime and shit. Y'all niggas is goddamn coons. Nigga, we're embracing how we didn't have anything and what we made and what we was able to make out of that. Y'all, that's why I be knowing it's a disconnect. Yeah, we embracing motherfucker turning the goddamn skateboard, nigga, with a goddamn milk crate. You know what I'm saying? And a stick, turning that bitch into a whole goddamn box cart, nigga, hitting the hills. Tell me, nigga, building bikes and shit. I mean, at the garage, we building the lowrider bikes. Like,
making shit out of nothing, nigga. Not fucking stealing. Nigga, like, yeah, them niggas be robbing people. Whoopty whoop. What's good? Shout out to the high priestess. Like, people robbing people, all kind of shit. Motherfuckers like, yeah. Motherfuckers get robbed in Russia. Niggas like, yeah, that must be the niggas of Russia. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nigga, you get robbed anywhere. You think robbing started with niggas? Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? We did not start robbing. That shit dates back, man. That shit dates back. Right. Right. Like, come on, man. That's not black culture, bruh. You know what I mean? That poor culture is robbery and crime and the shit that you do when you fall into the ills or the traps that are the conditions that you in. That's what poor people do. Niggas find a way to make the best out of that. Niggas know, like, hey, nigga, fuck it. I'm finna eat. I want something sweet. Nigga, it's finna be a syrup sandwich today. Nigga, I'm finna go in with the syrup sandwiches. You know what I mean? Throw the syrup on the sandwich. Much that much. You put probably like 6 pieces of bread and just put syrup in between all of them. A little something. Then you just kind of smash them ass down. Oh yeah. At that point, excuse me, sorry. At that point, yeah. Right. And that's another thing too. Exactly. And it's never it's poverty issues. It's poverty issues. Even when it is happening. It's not nothing that's based around it's not nothing that's based around territory or nothing crazy like that. Yo, what's good? What's good? Power to the dark side.
Yeah, power to the dark side. What's good?
Not too much, man. You know, we cranking up the getting our little entertainment on, man. Getting a light put on our little debates that's gonna be coming up.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Supposed to be jumping on some stuff. I think Fope and I guess BJM. Have you been seeing BJM lately?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in forever at all. Be glad. Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while. But they said he had started a league. And I guess he Judah and them was all talking crazy. Like they got all of the all stars and all of that. That bull. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. They've been shadow boxing with themselves for years.
Right, they got me blocked over there on Junior's channel. I don't even know why.
Oh, that's crazy. He probably, he getting his feelings.
Yeah,
every now and then. He probably gonna bruise one day.
yeah, but the last thing we had, I think he was talking bad about Pookie and Ray.
Oh yeah, yeah. He went in
that's
one of them
some cool
spills.
shit. Yeah, that's some cool shit, Judah. That's what they call all young black people, Pookie and Ray.
Right.
You in that band, like.
And that's the problem. They think you able to separate yourself from them. Like, nah. They seeing the exact same thing. Like, regardless. That you either that a Pookie or a Ray, regardless. That's why it's two different names, because depending on how you dress and how you carry yourself, determine on which one you is. They don't even get the box. Like, bro, that's crazy.
I've been having a little thing. I haven't put it out yet. I'm going to do it soon, and it's called "To Be or Not to Be a Nigga." People misinterpret misunderstand what was happening in the 70s and the 80s when we just start calling ourselves niggas. The young people, they don't they don't understand the terminology
Right. Casino.
because society was saying, okay, if you in the street and you making a way out of no way, they would say those are niggas. But that's all you had. You had to make a way out of no way. And so if that's what a nigga is, then call me a nigga. That's the whole terminology with NWA, niggas with attitude. If that's what you're gonna deem us, you're not gonna shame us. You're gonna do what we have to do to survive and to make it. But it did get commercialized. And so what people talk about now is the commercialization of what
Right.
it means to be a nigga.
Right. And,
To sell movies, rap songs. That's the commercialization.
but it ain't no real, they and it's automatically to be associated with, either a negative image or one of you like just trying to take over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It automatically means it. It's really a sociopathic behavior. A person that don't give a damn about somebody.
Right.
Rob
Right.
your own grandmother. That's a sociopath. That's not a nigga.
Right. Like, period. That's not a nigga. That's a so. Right. Some of the weird shit. Cause niggas be in the hood be looking like, damn, bro, you gonna do your mama like that?
Right, right,
Like, bro, what
right,
the fuck you doing?
right,
That
right.
shit weird to us. But you got
And
niggas like Judah, like, oh yeah, the Japanese do some shit like that. See, they're the niggas of Japan. Whoa.
I don't have TikTok. I don't know how I saw it. There's a TikTok or a YouTube short where young brother from New Orleans, he's talking about what is a stepper. What's a
Yeah.
stepper? And I said a stepper would never shoot in the crowd with a bunch of kids in the crowd, kill innocent
Hell
people.
nah.
A stepper would never shoot at somebody's grandma or grandpa for revenge. That's not a stepper.
Nah, that now you get into serial killer traits once you
Right,
start, you
right.
know what
And
I'm saying?
sociopaths, all that. Yeah,
Terrorism and shit.
right,
You know what I mean? Community terrorism, because that ain't real. You know what I mean? Normal. It's There's always been rules of engagement.
right,
Right? You know what I mean?
right.
And most of them you shouldn't even have to speak on. Like, nah, bro, it's babies at the party, this and that. We'll be back.
Right, right, right. Even if you see your ops at the party, you don't go blasting in that
Nah,
in
I
where
with the
innocent
babies
people
and
at.
shit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, then losing
I
kind of
don't
lost
know
the
when that line
code.
was crossed. I don't know
Yeah.
when that line was crossed, but that's that's not what the OGs were doing when I was young.
Man, it's crazy because it's like, though, I'll tell you what used to happen that was real bad though in Cali, and I think kind of jump started a lot of this shit, is that niggas used to be, you know, niggas would shoot up the funerals after they, you know what I mean, they'd be
Yeah, yeah,
having services, and niggas would shoot up the funerals in the 80s. And it seemed like
yeah,
the
yeah. And the house
just
party,
topping disrespect. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean?
those
And
were the
then
crazy
like,
ones. Those were the ones that was just crazy. And eventually they would get theirs though.
all right,
All right, we gotta take this dude out.
yeah, yeah, they don't too much make it too long.
Right,
It's hard to
right. They
last
don't
when
make
you
it
on
long.
a reckless time. Yeah.
Like,
Hell no. So I'm looking forward to it.
but
I'm like, nah, and I was trying to have the discussion because he, But her discussion ain't much different than like she kind of like got the old divestment argument, but more extreme.
Who was that?
It's a lady named I think her name is Moon Harvester.
Oh, okay,
Moon
that big over there.
Harvester. Yeah. Yeah, we was having a great convo, getting ready to I was getting ready to body her actually, and this dude want to argue about planting. He trying to make sure that it's established his kids is black. He want to talk about planting Japanese apple seeds in New York. What kind of trees grow? Like, huh? I'm like, bro, you gotta do all that, bro. Like, you shouldn't have to. Right here, I'm like, ain't no way you should have to do all of that, bro. That's a little ridiculous. And if you do, there's a problem. I don't have to explain none of my babies. They all look.
But we already know he has a hatred for African people. A deep-rooted hatred.
Yep. I'm like, nah, man. I ain't finna play. Give me something to drink. It's like 100 degrees out this.
I can't get nobody to take that ham debate. Ham shipping Jeff at. Nobody want to deal with that.
Oh, probably with this league, they're gonna probably jump on it this season. With the dudes they got now, because most of them only. I think they deal with that. Yeah. It's wild though, because they had a lady yesterday, Natalie. She done put ham. She said the Hamites are here in the Americas.
What?
Yeah. She put it all the way over here. I didn't realize what was going on. And by the time I did, she had left the panel. Sister named Natalie. Yeah, she was saying that the ham is all the way over here. What's good with your executive session? Peace, God. Appreciate you.
Yeah, they don't know all that ham stuff was written in the Greek period.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy too.
They was trying to rewrite the history of the world, and you pushing it's basically Greek Eurasian ideology. That's what
right. Hey, it's crazy though that she said that. Ganakri said they've been teaching ham in the Bible is here and there. And you know what's crazy? It was actually, remember we had a dude that joined the league and he was talking about Jerusalem. How the real Jerusalem was actually in Peru.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they were saying the Nile River was like, I think the Mississippi.
Yeah, it was the Mississippi.
All of that. So yeah, we didn't have to break down. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a tree that they called, I think they was calling it gopher wood or whatever. That tree is native to Florida, which is a wild one. Because I think if I ain't mistaken, supposedly the boat that Noah built was made out of gopher wood. In the scriptures. But yeah, that wood is only found in Florida. Like or native to Florida at that time or something like that. I'm like, damn. So it is some little iffy, weird coincidences that go on with it.
Yeah. But if you understand when it was written.
Yeah, after the fact, yeah. Yep. That'd be the thing. Most of that stuff is written after the fact. And it's almost like the Renaissance period. You know what I mean? When they coming out of the dark ages, how they is just kind of making up shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creating all types of sculptures and like, yeah, this is art. And you know what I mean? It almost falls into that same category of them. Because you look at most of the art and shit we got today that they be holding as a high, like trying to say this shit is so expensive and so old. That shit is brand new.
Right.
Like, they just made this shit like a few years ago and tried to scuff it up. Like, come on. So it's definitely a play. You see, it's a whole play and just creating history as we go. That shit is a little ridiculous. I think what's the statue where the head is cut off? It's just like the shoulders. I think it's like a statue. It don't have no arms, no head, or something like that. It's supposed to be Greece or something. I'm like, bro, at this point, I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say. I was gonna say I don't even know if Michelangelo existed like that, but I guess we can't say because that's the one who had Moses. He drew Moses with the horns on his head, didn't he?
Yeah, which is a true image, though.
Yep.
That's the real image. They try to say it's light, but no, it said horns.
Yep, surely did.
Just like Alexander, you can look at Alexander with the horns out of his head.
That's crazy.
Same images.
That's crazy, bro. Which explains why the people were scared when he came down off that mountain.
Yep.
It said, exactly. It just said Noah built a boat in Florida and landed in the Middle East. To this day, most people believe the Garden of Eden is Lake Seminole in Florida on the border of Georgia. Ooh. Kind of see that
mythology. So you can pretty much say what you want.
I can see that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, by the border of it's weird because and that's why we gotta watch too. When is this shit written? Because a lot of even the animals, it was animals in there that was written that's like only native to here. You know what I mean? In parts of the world that wasn't supposed to be discovered at that time. So it's almost like, damn, is this shit like how far in the early 80s is it? Or is this more a Renaissance area at a time period? More of the time when they starting to philosophize and try to create culture. Said Ponce de Leon was trying to find the fountain of youth. Yeah. On a trip.
All right, so I'm gonna hit you back.
Okay. Definitely, it's open. He said, yeah, you know what though? As crazy as it is, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I don't know when. What's good with you, Michael? Shout out to you guys. I don't know exactly when it was written. So we definitely ain't sure. It could have been written after after we already had discovered this area and this and that. But if it wasn't, let's just say, which righteously, we know that the oldest, we know for a fact, at least it got to be at least what, since 500 AD. When is the Ethiopian is the oldest complete Bible, right? You already know. That nigga said the big cost. That's that. Wow, that guy, good guy, good guy. What Daryl Short might say? $50 pack. Still finna go smoke me a $50 eighth. Face $50 eighth. Face Like, I'm not trying to. I spent 50, bruh. I'm not about trying to walk out of there with an eighth, nigga. You playing yourself anyway. You at the fact you even busted the package at the dispensary. You don't even know, like, for real. For real, your homeboy is still the real plug when it comes to, like, smoking real gas. Oh, God. If I was in Alabama, I know dispensaries in Alabama. They don't even know no dispensaries in Alabama. And I feel like that shit was smoking harder, hitting harder. Taste was even harder than what I've been getting from the dispensary. To the point I don't even go no more. I find a swap meet when they be having little swap meets where it be independent people be growing that shit. I fuck with that. Swap meets is where it's at. The other stuff, I don't know, bro. They be kinda winning on the low. Man, where the fuck my damn lighter go? They be kinda winning on the low. But so that he died, but the Spanish crown was already convinced of that all of the Americas, Florida, except for Brazil, because that was Portuguese. Shit, that's deep. That's deep, and it's crazy because it's like, damn, they basically doing whatever the fuck they want to do. In other words, because I ain't gonna lie, it's some truth to a lot of things. Y'all already know, man. I'm the secret abode of the dark side, as y'all should know. Y'all know as a global, you know, what was we? Global African, whatever. But y'all know I'm definitely an undercover Aboriginal. I can't deny that. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and break it down. I don't like to do this, and that's why I don't really talk about it. Y'all ever notice I back out of the convos about the abos? Whenever it come down to beating up the abos, I kind of back out of it. In which I still do think they go to an extreme because I recognize both sides. Right. I definitely recognize both sides. But I am the dark side, you know, secret abo. I just don't say nothing. You know what I mean? Every now and then you'll hear me tell y'all. But yeah, I know my pop side is Creek. They're all Creeks. You know what I mean? Even when you go, and what's even wilder, it's a place right down where we go, right? You go to like McIntyre. Say we go to like McIntyre, Alabama. My brother died. His whole family on all of that shit. My oldest brother, his dad owned a whole look, I done drew. Hey, I already knew somebody was gonna pop up. He said, "Hey, straight up, hey." Now what's crazy though? I was sitting there. My oldest brother on his dad's side, his grandma passed. Yeah, and see, that's where I think me and the Abos is always gonna differ, because I do believe that the Abos are still Africans. I believe that the Cushitic Empire was global, or the Cushitic civilization was global. See, I don't separate the people. Number one, when they talk about that first back migration, which is supposed to be the E market coming back in, I don't separate them. Like, I'm not separating the Natufians all the way up to the untouchables, like, because we even see the results. We see the untouchables in India. I'm not separating the Hatian people. I'm not gonna separate the Hurrian people. You know what I mean? Like, nah. I think that those people that leave are the same Kushites that left in the first place. So no, I'm not going Kushitic, the same Kushitic people that left up the Levant as, and who became, and for somehow these same people who travel up the Levant become called, they get called the Natufians. They just changed their name. Oh shit! We got Michael. Is it? Michael said he got family with the pictures with the feathers. Yeah. He was here, but I recognize though that there's a connection between, like, I'll say this: it was a while before we lost connection. Damn, see. Now Lex should make me jump off the window, goddamn, because I forgot about that part of my doctrine. Let me go down to it real quick. Boop. Said the dumbass Abos, people popped out of the ground. And you know, y'all know I'm finna get pseudo as fuck right now, right? Y'all ready? I'm jumping off the window. Y'all already know I think we the aliens. Y'all know we the aliens. I think that people did get. Damn, I'm finna backtrack my whole Cushitic idea. Let's say this: I got two theories, to an extent, and I kind of lean heavily towards this theory more than anything. That whatever, number one, if you are right now, let's say you become let's say you move from a cell to a human. So let's take all that. What would be the first thing? It's two things you're gonna need: food and water. You ain't gonna be able to go too far from that. Now, however you want to say people were created, planted, or molded, because there's some truth. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I think when they say that we came directly out of the ground, I think that's a mix-up, because it's knowing that the spacesuits that we wear called human bodies, right? They already know that this body is made up of every element of all of the elements on the planet, and all of the elements. Yeah, hey, y'all finna witness a whole dark side war. Y'all ain't even see. They ain't see what it is yet. Hey. But what happens? You see, we're not. The body is made up of elements from this planet, and also elements from the universe. Well, I won't. Yeah, but of course, this is still the universe, so we'll just say outside of the planet. Some terrestrial, some extraterrestrial. Right? These are the elements that create the human body. What's the point? It's so that you can not only interact with this on this plane, but communicate on this plane. Because in order for you, and which is why when we see people transition, there's little tricks that they can do in order to kind of communicate. Sometimes they can communicate with you through the TV. Right? It's different mediums. Whether the medium is a person, it can sometimes be an object, or or whatever the medium. In order for you to get or objects like even like divination, different things like that. Outside of that, you can't communicate or function on this plane without your spacesuit. So what you see when people are on the other side, they're talking to people who lost their spacesuits or don't have one yet. And sometimes these people be trying to hijack your shit. Niggas be trying to hijack your shit. So I get the springing from dirt ordeal, but I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. Right? Said I'm jumping out all the way out the window today. Fuck it. I think it's a lot more complicated though than that. So, and what I mean by that is, I think at the time that we create these spacesuits, we have to plant them by water sources and food sources automatically. Not only, what's crazy? You said the TV is a medium. Not only is it changing the channels, right? But old school people in the South, at night, they'll make you cover up your TV. Used to put something over the TV. Because righteously, the TV acts as a black mirror. Oh, you said it's light, matter, or not? No. Light is information. Light is information on how and on how we calculate. It's used to calculate matter on the outside that's supposed to be outside of the body. So light is only is basically the brain is used to translate light on this brain into a language that the mind can understand. Just strictly on this plane. That's the point of it. Right. The soul, the spirit, what they call it, the ka. I think that's how we operate in our natural state. The blueprint for matter comes from antimatter. Matter is a manifestation of antimatter. Before matter all exists, it starts off as a thought. Yeah, but that's why, it's a spacesuit. That's why all of the deities, all of the ancient sayings is that you are more than your brain. Whether you read the Bible, the Quran, whether you practice Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, they all are giving you the same blueprint. Is that you are more than your brain. That you are a mind that uses a brain. But you are not a brain. This is why I say you cannot scientifically prove reality. Reality is agreed upon based on what? A program that we already set while we were in our antimatter. Ooh. That's crazy that you say that. That's actually does light turn antimatter? Yeah, they tripping. Not like zombies and shit. Yeah, they gotta get more. They taking this right here is when they taking the goddamn. They taking the ancient teachings literal. Like you can't take them all the way literal. You gotta understand, motherfuckers is describing shit based off of the limited knowledge or the limited resources of being able to communicate it back. So that's just like when they tell you, oh yeah, it used to be a volcano here, and it used to be a god that would spit fire, and then we prayed to it, and one day it became a lake. They telling you about a goddamn active volcano that became a lake. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. I would say so. You said was so light turn antimatter into matter. And I just want to, I'm gonna sit on that for a second. I want to make sure I carefully go about saying this. The mind. No, so this is what I'll say. The collective mind uses light to turn matter, antimatter, into matter. And so I think there's, and I'll say this, what they call the dark force is the realm where antimatter in the mind actually exists. because antimatter is like thoughts, right? It's like when you first get the idea. Like when I first get I hear the beat. You know what I mean? The song doesn't exist. There aren't really any words there. That comes in that first is created in the realm of antimatter, right? Or in the realm of the dark force. Then, as I begin to bring the what the mind has created, the antimatter that the mind has created, as I begin to shine light on it, right? The more information I begin to get, the more light I'm able to shine on it. Now it becomes matter. Now you have the song. I'm able to put the lyrics to it. It flows right with the beat. It came out just the way I envisioned it. Where did I envision it? In the realm of dark matter. In the realm of dark energy. No. Dark matter. I ain't saying dark matter and antimatter are the same. No. I'm saying in the realm of what they call the dark force. The dark force is different from dark matter. Right? The dark force is what's behind the growth of the universe. That's what we'll call it. The growth of the universe. Definitely. So I'll say that first. Now antimatter is just is strictly a product of the mind. It's thought. It's a thought of the mind. Matter is a thought of the brain based on what was able to be manifested through the mind. So how you manifest things in the physical through the brain, it first has to start. It first has to be a thought in the mind. The idea first has to start there. And then next is the supreme belief in it and the supreme confidence in the idea and the thought. Because the way it can't be something that's created with a doubt. It has to be something that's created with certainty. You have to almost know. Right. They would be basically right. More so, both of them would be more so children of the dark force. Correct. But no, the reason why I say that too, because for all matter, there's antimatter. So there's it's a difference between antimatter, matter, and then dark matter. But they all do come from which come from the dark force. And it's crazy because sometimes there's an over-exaggeration for how much light is even necessary. Sometimes too much light will blind you. So when people talk about, there's always a balance between on the spectrum between darkness and brightness. Yeah, and we got to change that, right? Because darkness and brightness is both on the spectrum of light. Right? Darkness and brightness is on the spectrum of how it determines how bright, how much light, or yeah, how much brightness the light needs. And there has to be a balance, because obviously if it's too dark, then you can't see. If it's too dark, you're blind, and if it's too bright, you're blind. So you see, there's a balance between brightness and darkness when referring to light. In order for it to be light or information, there has to be a balance between the dark side and the bright side. That's why when a lot of people be like, well, you know, they into the biblical narratives or whatever, and a lot of times these different, and not biblical narratives, but let's just say these different religious cults, they distract you so much with this fight against darkness that the brightness is so high that they leave you blinded. That's why when we come through, you end up what? Blindsided. So us representing the dark side isn't about the dark side or darkness being over brightness. It's about having the balance between darkness and brightness so you can get light. Now that light is used as information, you can take that information, because you're not blinded too much on this side, and you're not blinded too much on the other side. Now it's easier for you to actually manifest that antimatter into matter. It's that simple. So this is the realm of where is there a process? Yeah, like there's a process to the creation, right? And this is what when we talk about the balance between brightness and darkness, right? Creationalists are too bright, so they're blind in the brightness. They're blinded in the brightness. The evolutionists, they're too dark. They're blinded in the darkness. And the devil believes that you have to choose between the two. But no, if you balance the light spectrum, then you're able to see that through creation, evolution is a manifestation of creation. It's like, that's not even hard. The creation is a thought in the in the realm of the dark force. That's it. So yeah, you can see the idea of creation and then you can look at it and see how it evolves. You can definitely see the intelligence because you got to think DNA, right? Remember, we watch. Y'all can't even find the show. They took the show from us. We did a show on DNA, right? About a year ago. The show on DNA and how DNA can break down itself in order to recover, right? Because remember what they was doing was that they were reversing, they were changing the age of the two rats, right? They had an old rat and they had a young rat, and they were making the rats the same age by lowering the age of one rat and making the other rat older. And the way that they was able to do that was by putting a virus in the DNA, convincing the DNA to break itself down, and then to boom. And what they found is that the what they call the epigenome, what it does is read the DNA like a CD player basically. And so naturally your CD player causes scratches on your CD the more spin that it gets. And so what they was finding is that if you can clean up the CD, almost resurface it, then you basically now have rebuilt, you basically can heal yourself of the different diseases and ailments. And what they were saying was that they needed a virus in order to do that. But what we now know is that the DNA actually has the ability to break itself down, right? Period. And they took my video down. I don't even know, and fuck them for doing that, because we was playing the goddamn news. So I don't even know why they took my video. That shit is lame. But it's the same way. Like I said, I'll say it again. It's the same way that how they say alcoholism. Exactly. Well, I think. Well, now what they would. I don't know if it'll unlock junk DNA. I think the issue with junk DNA is that there's a program automatically set up, and the program, mind you, because remember the brain is acting as a filter, so the program is already set up in a way to where it's only so much you can really unlock through the brain. That's why as we to unlock DNA, junk DNA, and this is crazy, but it's going to be the point of singularity, which we moving into. When man merges with machine, now our limitations on what the mind is able to do, because now we're taking the mind and we're not syncing it to a brain anymore, but we're syncing it to something where that the mind it is free to create how it feels. Like, where literally, see, now we're a thought away, but really with limitations, going into a realm where the mind has no limitations on how much information it can decipher. Right now it's limited because the brain is limited. Right? This is why when I tell you that these are spacesuits, understanding that the body in itself now is a spacesuit, you'll know that the point of singularity and the merger between man and machine is necessary. Why? Because the brain is outdated hardware and software. It's out, like the technology is outdated. Think about that. Like, goddamn, how long y'all want to walk around with how long you think we supposed to have a PS? Like, I just heard a nigga yesterday talking about he finna get a PS4. Right? You finna get a PS4. I'm watching Terrence Howard. I was actually checking out. I'm still in the process of before I really give a good analysis on it. I wanna keep going through the peer review that Neil deGrasse Tyson gave him. Right, because I think it's on both sides. You know, I think number one, yeah, I think both of them are great minds that are to be respected, and so I definitely and based on the work that Neil deGrasse Tyson has done, I think it's owed to him that we actually give a good review. And actually, you know what, we'll do that live. I'll set that up. Actually set that up. We'll give a peer review. We'll go over Neil deGrasse Tyson's peer review of Terrence Howard's information. What he kind of felt about it. We can kind of go from there. Though I think it's always gonna be 100. No, I don't think he's gonna be 100% right. I don't think Terrence Howard is 100% wrong. But we do got to be careful with how we go about mathematics, because mathematics is like the communication. It's like how we communicate with the universe. You know what I mean? It's the language of God. You know what I mean? It's the language of the Creator. You know, it's like the ultimate translation outside of you know what I mean? Well, basically, yeah, mathematics. How we measure things and all of that is whether light being light or whatever is all based off of mathematics, and that's us understanding the communication that because the mathematics, when we say mathematics in the universe, it's not that the mathematics is the principles of math is embedded in the universe. The principles of mathematics, right? It's embedded in the universe. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to use it outside of this planet. So I do think you gotta be careful with that. But I think Neil deGrasse is also still an example of somebody who goes too damn far. You know what I mean? Somebody who goes too far. Like I said, it's you can almost look at him and kind of see righteously. This would probably be, and when I'm finished, it's probably going to be a perfect example. Facts. Chemistry is the question, and mathematics is the keyhole. Facts. And you come and look at both Neil deGrasse, and it's almost the example of the light spectrum again. One is blinded in dark, and the other one is blinded in light. And until they find a balance, that they just gonna both be blinded by the information that they already have. Both. So I think when we unlock junk DNA is the moment that we disconnect our minds from the brain, and our minds sink into the supercomputers. The time of man, the merger between man and machine is coming. It's coming. And I know we want to be stuck in the same old, some niggas just like, they like Madden 06 on the PS3. But nigga, we in PlayStation 5 right now. How long are you gonna sit on the PS3? Like, it's cool, you have your fun, you know what I mean? It's sentimental value, but at the end of the day, these bodies, and it's crazy because everything is telling you that the body is outdated technology, whether it be the Bible, the Quran, everything is telling you that. And eventually, you go, what do you think the glorified body is? You're gonna get these glorified bodies. Yeah, that's a whole spacesuit. These glorified bodies where you ain't gotta worry about eating, you ain't gotta worry about drinking, you ain't gotta worry about pain and suffering, and death is no more. What do you think all of that is? That's a new spacesuit. It's upgraded technology. It's telling you the shit that you in is outdated and limited, and it limits you. And the point of it is to is to get you to understand that not only is there a balance, that there has to be balance between you and your higher self. But understanding that your higher self is waiting to be able to explore without limitation. So that time is coming. The time of Skynet. What made Skynet successful? What made it strong? It wasn't just the strongest Terminator that there was when they merged the human with the machine. Because the machines can only do so much without the human. It can't. They can't outthink. Number one, it's too much going on. We're a lot more complicated than just a computer. But now you can sync our minds with, let's say, with a quantum computer, right? So the new technology for the body is something that runs off of a quantum computer. Now there's no more secrets. There's nothing in nowhere you can hide. So, like I told y'all, I was going to jump off the window. It's that easy. So, yeah, in a way, I think we got to make sure we find a balance between the creationism and evolution. Because we steady see both. Regardless. We see both regardless. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And a lot of people be looking at them like, you know, they want us to believe that these are things. Let's move into the next level with something to fear. But the only thing we gotta fear is people manipulating us, getting to the next level. And that ain't nothing to fear even in that. Because you ain't really supposed to fear nothing. That ain't no way to move. So regardless of however that may go, it's like, no. Like, no. With that being said, it's been a great one. I'll jump back live again in a little bit. We'll probably go in a little bit of this.
Matter of fact,
Yeah, we'll go over the
Neil deGrasse,
his review on Terrence Howard's work. That being said,
man, y'all already know, man. Power to the dark side.
I feel the unholy spirit when it's moving through.
Dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.
They talked about Jesus, give them something to Babylon. Just know my whole team is battle tested and battle strong. One world speaking that Tower Babel tongue. Cole Hammurabi thinking ancient Babylon. No pun intended, Reaganomics had us under avalanche. We took off like a rocket, they was praying we could never launch into the upper echelon. You can never be yourself. Every day is Comic-Con, fast money Ramadan. Who collected Comic-Con? Cold check my vital signs. Motel 6 flow. Woke up with the brightest mind. Out of sight, out an idle mind. They hate it when you idolize. We living in the final times. Guess you Ellen Keller blind.
Spirit when it's moving through.
Dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.
Put my soul on the altar, I never offer a sacrifice. The blood that we need for the lamb ain't never acting right. I take my path tonight, knowing that I might have to fight. I probably grab a knife and a 9. I guess I'm packing light, focus on the now. Just as much as the afterlife, I recognize the spirit is only taking up half the fight. Stairway to heaven, he won't make it up half a flight. He working, making bacon bits, probably out on the Sabbath night. Shoot for the moon, hoping to hit a satellite. You can ask him why when they see me, they call on Adonai. When we both know at the most he telling you half a lie. Feel the transition begin to happen when passing time. I came back in the sky, just like an astronaut, to say you selling Africans out. See you and asking Mike, and it's sad to say they really had it bad for Christ. And I hear the Habasha thinking they are the half
Holy
is
Spirit when it's moving through.
dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.